There's a moment, just before the explosion, when the world holds its breath. A split second of silence, then chaos. You don't hear it, but you feel it. This is not a moment of action, but of anticipation. A silence so thick, it feels like the air is holding its breath, waiting for the inevitable. This is the moment Kevlar becomes a hero. Not in the way of superheroes, but in the way of silence. It does not shout, it does not scream. It simply saves lives. We don't see it, but we feel its presence. A quiet guardian in the face of violence. A material that doesn't break, but bends. That doesn't give up, but holds on. This is not just about protection. It's about the invisible lines we draw between life and death, between chaos and control. And Kevlar, in its own way, is a line drawn in the sand. Kevlar isn't just a material. It's a shield against the violence of the world. A fiber that bends but doesn't break, just like those who wear it, trying to hold on when everything else is tearing apart. It's not about strength alone. It's about resilience, the kind that comes from knowing you're not invincible, but you're still fighting to stay upright. This is not a material. This is a legacy, a quiet, unspoken promise that even in the face of chaos, there is a way to survive, to endure, to carry the weight of the world without breaking. Kevlar is the last line of defense, not because it's perfect, but because it's enough. It doesn't promise safety, only the chance to stay standing when the world is falling. You think Kevlar is just for soldiers, but it's in the gloves you wear while fixing your car, the vests that protect delivery drivers, the helmets that keep cyclists alive. Every day, without you even knowing it, you're wearing the product of a material that changed how we survive in a world full of danger. The next time you brush against a car door or stumble through a storm, remember, Kevlar is there, unseen, yet it's holding the line between chaos and calm. It's not just about survival. It's about the quiet dignity of being protected without even realizing it. Kevlar isn't just a material. It's a silent promise that we're being watched, even when we're not looking. In 1965, DuPont's lab hummed with quiet urgency. Scientists, like ghosts in a cathedral of chemistry, worked tirelessly to weave a new kind of strength into fabric. The breakthrough was not a flash of light, but a slow, deliberate triumph. Kevlar, a material that could stop bullets and carry the weight of history. It became the silent guardian of the modern soldier, a material that could not speak, but could save lives in the most brutal of moments. The same material that shielded the soldier also found its way into helmets, body armor, and even the gloves of those who handled the most dangerous of materials. Kevlar was not just a material. It was a kind of promise, a quiet vow that science could outpace destruction, even if only by a thread. You know how when you run, you feel like you're moving through water? Kevlar is like that water, but for your body. It's strong, but not too strong, just enough to stop something really bad. It's made of really tiny threads, like the threads in a spider web, but way stronger. When something hits you, the threads stretch and bend like a spring to slow it down. It doesn't stop everything, but it stops the really big things, like a shield but made of stuff you can wear. It's not about being unbreakable. It's about being strong enough to keep you safe. You can't feel it when it's working. It's like having a friend who's always there but never gets in your way. It just shows up when you need it most. So Kevlar isn't about being flashy. It's about being there, quietly, for the things that matter. Like a heartbeat in your chest. You don't notice it, but you can't live without it. The first step is the setup, a quiet moment before the storm, where everything is still, but the tension is already there. This material, Kevlar, is woven in a precise pattern, each strand a silent promise of strength, a hidden armor against the unknown. The setup is not just about the material, but about the space it occupies. A deliberate stillness, a pause in time before the force arrives. This is where the story begins. Not with movement, but with anticipation, with the weight of the unseen force about to test the fabric's resolve. When the bullet strikes the Kevlar fibers, it's not the metal that stops it. It's the fibers themselves, bending and twisting in a slow, almost poetic dance of resistance. The fibers don't break, they deform, absorbing the energy of the impact, much like a spider's web catching a falling leaf. Only this web is built to endure the weight of a bullet. The fibers generate friction as they twist and overlap, converting the bullet's kinetic energy into heat. A silent, invisible battle between metal and material. In this way, Kevlar doesn't just stop a bullet. It turns the bullet's force into something else, something that can be safely dissipated, leaving the body intact. It's a process that takes fractions of a second, but in that moment, the fiber becomes a shield, a lifeline, a silent guardian against the violence of the world. The third step is where the clever twist happens. It's not about strength alone, but about timing and coordination. The material must know when to act, not just react. This twist is a silent dance between the fibers, a moment of controlled chaos. Each thread bends, twists, and locks into place, slowing the projectile's progress. It's not just about stopping the bullet. It's about redirecting its energy, turning a deadly force into a dissipating blur of motion and heat. This is the moment of transformation. The kinetic energy, once a threat, becomes a whisper of resistance. Quiet, powerful, and almost imperceptible. The clever twist is the final act in a long, silent performance. It's a reminder that protection is not just about toughness, but about intelligence, about knowing when to bend and when to break. Kevlar is not just a fiber. It's a molecular dance, a symphony of carbon and nitrogen atoms locked in a precise, repeating pattern. Each strand is a line of defense, waiting for the moment it must act. When a bullet strikes, the energy is absorbed not by resistance, but by deformation. The fibers stretch, twist, and redistribute the force, turning kinetic energy into heat and motion that is no longer dangerous. The science of Kevlar is not about speed or power, but about patience. It waits, it listens, and then it moves with the precision of something that has been waiting its whole life to save a moment. There is a rhythm to Kevlar's work, a slow, unspoken pulse, a molecular heartbeat that beats in time with the world it shields. It is not a weapon. It is a shield made of silence and steel. In the end, Kevlar's science is a kind of poetry, a hidden language of fibers that speaks in the language of survival, in the language of those who never had to say it out loud. Imagine a storm, not of water, but of force. 1,000 fists pounding against a single door, relentless, unyielding. That's what Kevlar is up against. Every strike, every impact, is a punch in the dark. But Kevlar doesn't just absorb the blows. It bends them. Like a river that turns a flood into a current, it redirects the violence, softening the strike without breaking. It's not about strength, but about survival. Kevlar doesn't fight back. It endures, it absorbs, it adapts. Like a tree in a hurricane, it doesn't fall, it bends. In the end, Kevlar is a silent witness to the violence of the world. It doesn't shout, it doesn't run. It takes the hit and stands tall, like a soldier, like a shield that never breaks. Kevlar is not a hero, but it is a guardian. A quiet, unyielding force that protects without asking for recognition. It's the reason we don't hear the screams of the fallen. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.